Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll start our week 2. As you can see, I have solved 3 problems of week 2, but I'm late. I know I have skipped a couple of videos, but let's have a look at parts sum 3. So this is a kind of a easy problem or medium problem, I would say. So what do we have to do? Let's have a look at our problem statement first. You are given a binary tree in which each node contains an integer value. Okay, so this is a binary tree problem again. So we have a binary tree and then find the number of paths that sum to a given value. Okay, the path does not need to start or end at the root or a leaf, but it must go downwards. Okay, so traveling only from parent nodes to child nodes. The tree has no more than 1000 nodes and the values are in the range of negative, I think it's a million to positive. And okay, so we will be given the tree and a sum. So we have to find all the paths which equal to this sum. I mean all the paths whose values equal to this sum. Like if we have here 8, so we have 5 and 3 which equals to 8, and 5, 2 and 1 which equals to 8 again, and then this negative 3 and 11. So we have to count the number of paths. We do not have to return the paths, we have to return the count. So okay, first of all, let's make a variable count is equals to 0, and then we will use a array list of integer values is equals to new array list. And now first of all I would like to, I mean of course we will be returning count, so that's obvious. And now I would like to create another method, private void get sum. So it won't be returning anything because we will just directly modify this integer count and this values array list. Okay, so our values array list will contain basically values of our nodes. So how are we going to use it? Let's have a look at our logic. So we will have a tree node root and then integer sum, same parameters as we have here. And then what we will do, first of all we will just check if our root is null, we will just return from a method. Okay, we won't do anything. And then we will just sorry, we will just values dot add root dot val. Okay, so we are adding the value of a root into our array list. And now what we will do is we will recursively call get sum root dot left comma sum, and again same thing for right side. And now we will have our logic here. What we will do is we will have a integer current sum which will be equal to 0, and we will have a for loop for integer I is equals to values dot size minus 1, and I is greater than or equal to 0, and then I plus plus, sorry, I minus minus. So we are just moving from the last element added to our first element. We will just do current sum is equals to values dot get I. Okay, we will add it and we will check if our current sum is equals to sum which is given to us. Then we will increment the count, and then after our loop ends we will just remove that last value. Remove values dot size minus 1. And what are we going to do here? Nothing, actually we are just going to call our method get sum root comma sum. So now let's try to run the code, and it's 3 and accept. I think it will be accepted. Yeah, accepted. So let me explain the program once again, because I just typed the program too fast, I think, and I didn't exactly explain what I'm doing right here. So first of all, this is just simple. We are just checking if our root is null. For example, let's just say we are here in this example we are at 3, and we are trying to find the left of 3, so it won't have a left, it will be null. So when we will recursively call 3 dot when we will recursively call 3 dot left, I mean the node containing 3 dot left, it will have null. Our sum will be an integer value, it won't change. But this will change, so it will become null if it's all extreme left element or extreme right, doesn't matter. If it's all leaf elements, then both these values, root dot left and root dot right, would be null. So when we will call recursively, it would just return. So, and we will just return to our previous state, if you know how recursion works. Okay, so now that's why we have this base check condition. If our root is null, we will just return. And now what we are doing is we are adding our root value. For example, here we have 10, so we will add 10. And then what we will do is, using these two statements recursively, we will add our entire, you could say, first of all what we will do, we will just go left. We will do like, first of all we will do, our root element is 10, and then we will just do, as you can see here, we will just add its value 10, and then we will go left like 5. We will add 5 into our this array list values, and then we will go to left again, and then we will add 3, and we will go to left again, and we will add another 3. And when we reach here, we will just return, because it doesn't have a left or right value. And now we will add 2. Now it doesn't have any left or right value. Okay, so but when we reach here, what we are doing is, we are basically using a temporary variable current sum, which will go from our last element. Let's just say we are here currently. Okay, so it will go from here 3 to 10, and it will just add all these values and check if at some point our addition equals to a given number, for example 8. If it doesn't, we will just, I mean we won't do anything, and we will just remove that element, we will remove 3, and so on and so forth. I hope it was clear. Thank you. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon.